Hello beautiful people, you're welcome to my channel. So for today's sewing tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make this beautiful corset dress. I made this dress without a bra cup, and you can see how beautiful it came out. So if you're interested in this particular video, please keep watching. So now I'm going to be inserting my measurements. I'm going to insert my armhole measurement, which is 8, followed by my bust point, which is 10, then my under bust, which is 12. Then I'm going to insert my half length. My half length is 14, but I'm going to be adding ½ inch to it, making it 14.5. So now I'm rolling all those points I measured into a straight line. Right now I'm labeling it so that it's going to be easy for us when we start inserting our measurements. The first one is the armhole, the second one is the bust point, followed by the under bust, then the last is the half length, as I said at the beginning. So now I'm inserting my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8. So now I'm inserting 8 at the armhole and at the shoulder, at the neck region. Now my nipple to nipple measurement is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So now this 4, I'm going to insert it at my half length and at my under bust. Then I'm going to roll it in a straight line. Now at my half length, I'm going to go in by ½ an inch and come out by ½ an inch. Then at my under bust, I'm going out by 1 inch and I'll be going in also by 1 inch. Then I'm going to roll a line. Then at my bust point, I still inserted my 4 inches. Then I came up by ½ an inch and I came down by ½ an inch. Then I ruled the line to meet my under bust. So now I'll be flipping this camera so that you guys can see it very well. So now I also inserted that 4 inches at my armhole. Then I placed my measurement at my shoulder and I came up by 1 inch because I don't want my boobs to be revealing in the dress I'm trying to make. So I came up by 1 inch, but you can leave yours at 8 inches if you want your dress to be revealing. So now I ruled a straight line and connected all the points. Remember, at the bust point I came up by ½ inch and I came down by ½ inch. So now at the place I came up by 1 inch, I'm going to measure 1 inch. I measured 1 inch inward and 1 inch outward. Then I ruled a line just the way you're seeing. Then I made the bust side perfect by smoothing it out since I don't have a curve ruler. So now I came This place you're seeing, I came in by half an inch at the armhole and at the bust point, and I ruled a line, a straight line. Then I connected the line from the bust point to the under bust. Then I also made a love shape, as you can see at the top of my armhole. Now we're through with the other side of the dress. Now we're going to the other cup. This other cup I measured 4 inches. 4 inches. Then I connected that line to the underbust just the way I did at the other side. Then at the armhole side, I just made a straight line connecting it to the curve. Now at my neck region, I'll be measuring 3.5 inches, sorry. Then I'll be measuring 3 inches, neck width 3.5, the neck depth 3 inches. But this is not the neck I'll be using, but in case you don't want to make the type of neck I did, this is a normal neck that you can use for your own, depending on what you want actually. So now at the shoulder, I measured half inch at the shoulder and I drew my shoulder slope. Then at the half length, remember I came in and out by half inch, so I'm correcting it to 1 inch. So now I came in and out at my half length by 1 inch. So now I want to draw my armhole. My armhole is 8. If you can remember, 8 divided by 2 is 4. So I made a point, and the place I made a point, I went in by half an inch. Then I drew my armhole. Now I'm taking my measurement. My bust measurement is 34. 34 divided by 4 was 8.5. Then I added 2 inches allowance to that measurement. Then at my half length, my waist measurement is 30. 30 divided by 2 is 8. Remember we came in and out by 1 inch, which is 2 inch, so I added it. Then I added my normal 2 inches allowance. Then at this top, I'm trying to make everything balanced. Just do exactly what you're seeing on the screen, and by God's grace you're going to get it. Now I'm trying to make my neckline, my desired neckline for this dress. From my shoulder, I just made a V to meet the half length, the half inches I came out from my armhole, and I just draw a slanted line to meet the neck. Then I'm cutting right now. So please, if you're still watching up to this moment, please kindly subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and please share my video. Thank you very much. So now I'm still cutting. Please, if you're cutting, you have to be very careful not to tamper with your measurements. sewn through. So now I labeled all my cups just to avoid confusion. Where you see CF is center front, then when I'm going to join, I wrote join at the side of it. Now this dress is going to have a V at the down. So now that's what I'm trying to create. So now I used a fresh paper and I stapled it to the one I just cut. So now remember my half length. I told you it was 14, then I added half an inch. So from that 14, I'm going to count 5 inches, additional 5 inches to it, which is 19. And I added half an inch allowance to it. So now I'm just going to connect it like this. If you want yours to still come down, you can make it 6 inches, but I want mine to be just like this. So now I'm going to draw that line down, then I will use my scissors to open it up. Yes, so now we are basically through with the front. I'm trying to arrange it so that you can picture what we have. Yes, so it's very easy. So now we're going to go for the back. At the back, I measured my shoulder measurement, which is 8, and I added 1 inch because of the zip allowance, so it's going to be 9. So now I'm trying to just map out my zip allowance, which is 1, just to avoid confusion. So I measured 1 inch, which is my zip allowance. So I'm inserting my measurements. Remember I told you my waist measurement is 30 divided by 4 is 8. So now at this I added 2 inches allowance to it, and I added 1 because the back is going to have a dart, so that's why I added 3 inches allowance to the half length, to the waist. Now my neck region, the neck width, I measured 3.5 just the way I did at the front. Then I measured half inch to draw my slope, as you can see. Then at the neck depth, I measured 6. So now I'm trying to do my dart. I measured 4 inch, then I came out and I came in by half inch. Then I dropped my tape from my armhole. I came down by 1, which is 9. Then I drew a straight line to meet the 2 points at the waistline. So now our back is ready. We're going to cut. Sorry, I forgot to draw my armhole. So now my armhole, I told you is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. I drew a line. I marked 4. Then I drew my cuff, my armhole cuff. So we're basically through with the back. So I'm going to use this satin material, English satin material, to sew this thread. So now I've cut my cups. I added half an inch allowance all round. Then the pad I'm going to be using, I cut it exactly as it is in my pattern paper. I added half inch all round my cottons. As you can see, I added half inches. The back, I cut the back exactly the way it is on the pattern paper. So now I ironed this fusible interwoven. I ironed it. It has a glue, so I ironed it to glue it to the cloth, to the material. So now I'm trying to arrange it so that you know how to sew it. I'm trying to arrange it. I'm trying to remember your pattern paper. You have to label it to avoid confusion. If you label it, you easily identify where it's going to be where. So now I've joined it, and you can see how beautiful it looks. The bra cup came out very nice, and this is without a bra cup, an artificial bra cup. You can also put a bra cup when you've done it like this. You can insert a bra cup if you want. If you don't want, if you're busty and this is okay for you, you can just use it.
I searched for my size and I couldn't get it. So this is the final look and it came out beautiful. See you.